Luke 10, verse 2. And he said to them, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore pray earnestly to the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest." This is the beginning of a video series called Finding the Few. And the goal of this series is to study the Great Commission and some missiological terms that maybe you've heard of but you haven't fully understood. We want this video series to be an encouragement to you, to be educational, but also be very inspiring because of some of the stories that you hear about how people just like you can be on mission, fulfilling the Great Commission to make disciples of all nations to the ends of the earth. As you just saw and heard, the laborers are few. Jesus says that when he's thinking about the harvest, it's plentiful, but the laborers are few. And so the goal of this series is to help us be motivated to be a part of fulfilling the Great Commission, to be intentional about being one of those few laborers in the Lord's harvest field. And so the way we're going to do that over the course of several videos is we're going to talk about some educational pieces, some missiological terms, some statistics that maybe you've heard or maybe you haven't. And we're going to look at in depth what it is to live your life leveraged to fulfill the Great Commission. We're going to hear from some families and some individuals and their personal testimonies about how God has called them to be a part of fulfilling the Great Commission in their lives and what that looks like. We're also going to look at some statistics that might be really eye-opening for you and to discover some key terms and the definitions of those terms when it comes to missions across our world. Our prayer is that this series would inspire you to figure out your role in fulfilling the Great Commission so that this passage of Scripture in Luke chapter 10, verse 2, where Jesus talks about the harvest being plentiful and the workers being few, that you can understand how you play a role in working in the Lord's harvest. As you watch these videos, don't just let it be an educational piece to learn more knowledge about the gospel or about the state of the unreached in our world. Ask the Lord, pray to Him to show you how you need to be involved in fulfilling the Great Commission.